Episode 2.
Dus.
What's the name of the podcast?
Podcast 2.
No. It's Cup Half Full. And the reason why it's Cup, that's the name of the podcast.
Oh, but you just said it was podcast
It's
2.
episode 2.
Okay. But you said podcast 2, right?
I might have said podcast number 2, but the name of the podcast.
Okay, so it's episode 2 of podcast
Cup Half Full.
Cup Half Full.
That's right. And the reason why it's Cup Half Full is because I've always...
I know.
You know why? Go ahead.
I can't remember now.
What does Cup Half Full mean?
It means it's not full.
Oh my gosh, Max. Cup Half Full means you're looking at the bright side.
Oh, like when you say the glass is half full. So you don't look at that as like half empty or a bad thing. You look at it like half full, so it's good.
Glass cup. I just chose the word cup to me to be the name of the podcast.
It was confusing to me. I'm sorry.
Well, unconfuse yourself. Snap out of it. You haven't been to work since we've been back from Jamaica. I have. So let's talk about that. We got in. We went to Jamaica.
We're talking about work or Jamaica?
We're going to talk about the trip to Jamaica because that's the last thing. So we had the debate on the episode 1 of, not a debate really, but like we talked about the cruise,
cruise versus all inclusive.
And you hadn't been to all inclusive.
Right.
And so now that you had your toes in the sand and you got to eat all you wanted to eat and drink all you wanted to drink.
I was forced to drink.
Okay, but the concept.
But see, you forced me. And then the people there forced me because they were so nice. Every time you turn around, they were handing me a drink.
I think someone else forced you more than me.
What was her name?
Your brother-in-law.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Your brother-in-law, Matt.
I couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up with Matt.
So at any rate, we had an amazing time. Blair and Christina's wedding was beautiful.
Yes, it was.
Perfect on the beach.
Nice sunset in the background.
Absolutely beautiful. Everybody who was supposed to be there, who was scheduled to go, made it. We all had to pre-COVID test before we traveled. We had to get there. There was threatening weather. That was just a crazy, crazy scene because, we didn't know what the weather was going to do. And we left our house at
2 in the morning.
2 in the morning to catch our 6:30 flight because you have to get there 3 hours prior. But Blair and those guys made it from, northern Maryland where there was snow. And then
Cameron from California.
Cameron made it from California.
The parents from North Carolina.
And Rhonda and Matt from North Carolina. Actually, we ended up flying to Charlotte, and then Rhonda, Matt, Mom and Dad, and us, we all flew from Charlotte to Montego Bay, and so we were able to make that trip together. That was pretty cool. I have to say it was an amazing time, and Jamaica, it's the people though. The people are cool. The people at our resort, we were at Sandals and a Grill, and it was just, oh my gosh.
They did everything to take care of us.
They accommodate you up, down, side, everything. They want you to feel like it's your home. Well, they always say it. Welcome home, my lady. Welcome home. I like how they called me. Hey, I like how they called me boss the whole time.
I didn't hear that.
What's Lady Boss? Lady Boss.
Oh, that's because I said you were the boss.
Oh, no. Other people say it. They say it. So we should just go on the pretense that you can call me Lady Boss from now on. What do you think?
No.
No?
No. Why would I do that? What sense does that make?
Because it's cute.
It's cute for you. It's not cute for me.
Call me Lady Boss.
I'm not calling you Lady Boss.
Oh man, you're making me cry.
You're not crying.
No, my eyes are watering.
I don't remember. I remember.
You don't remember? Lady Boss Lady.
Well, yeah, I remember the one lady doing that.
Oh, come on.
And then the trinket people, they were doing it because every time we passed somebody with the carvings and stuff.
And they saw me coming.
Yeah, and they would go.
They saw me coming.
Lady Boss, because I told them, I said, she's the boss. Whatever she wants.
I was shopping.
Oh, my God.
Hey, feeding the economy, though. And it was our first trip together to an island.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. So, we got some, memorabilia.
You've been to a peninsula, though.
What do you mean?
We've had vacation
I mean, we've been to the Outer Banks. I'm talking about the Caribbean, baby.
Yeah, but you said
anyway,
island, and then we've been on the peninsula.
On
you
that
just
note,
cut me off.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll be right back. I'm going to show them my trinkets.
What trinkets? Oh, the $1,000 worth of trinkets you bought. Every time you pass somebody, she bought trinkets. I mean, it's like so much so we couldn't get it all in a suitcase. We had to figure it around and figure out how to do it. But we got it all back, I think. Didn't we?
We got it all back. Here it all is.
Yeah. What is that?
All right, so
the bear.
This is what you wanted, so I bought that for you.
No. Tell the story correct.
You said
you showed me.
I really want that.
You showed me this.
Oh, it's a bear.
It's a bear. It's a bear.
And it's drinking a red stripe beer, which is Jamaican beer, which
they gave us every single
We
day.
Started drinking red stripe beer around 10:30.
10:30, 11.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, so
that's when we go to the beach.
That's our bear. And then my very first, that was at the end. My very first purchase was this hand-carved shark. Shark. All right, you can be my Vanna. And I just loved it. And I love the fact that I have a photo of the guy who made that shark standing with me. And he was like, look at my hands. And, they carve wood all the time.
See, I could do that thing that Vanna used to do.
Yeah.
See?
All right. So then I saw these birds. And little birds fly around and they eat off your table, which not like while you're eating, but they jump and dive as soon as you.
This one's got suntan.
Yeah, he's got a little suntan, but he's the baby and this is the mama. And they have the feet are printed.
They were egrets.
Yeah.
That's what they were.
And then on the back of him, it's carved the word Jamaica. So these are going to go in our home in North Carolina. Aren't they cute? We'll be living on the water, so that's really cool. That's why I got the shark. So there's those. And then this guy had cut wood, and then he was making, painting beautiful sunsets. And we had some of the blue is my favorite color, so I leaned towards this one, and then he added.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Blue is my favorite color.
You look good in blue.
Aww.
But I didn't know that was your favorite color.
Yeah, look, I got blue on today.
Yeah,
So blue. Anyways.
And little birds.
Hand carved.
I like the one because it had the little birds.
Yeah, I let him pick. Would you want the birds or not the birds? So we have some really cute stuff. We'll have a little screened-in porch when we move, so we'll have some cool things to decorate. And then I haven't seen my granddaughter yet, but there's her name carved on it, Anna Lee, and I got to see her because I was just loving this. This is like so cool. You hold this right here, and they make these. And I actually thought I wanted one.
He was making one of those when we were sitting there.
So I got it for Anna Lee, my granddaughter. So, anyways, good time. So tell us that was amazing. Can you beat it all inclusive on the beach? I mean, come on, man.
No.
You can't. No. You just can't.
No. I mean, because I'm not a crowd person.
Mm-mm.
So on the cruises that I had gone on, we stayed in port more than we were at sea. But still, because we had a large group of people, I didn't have to sort of mingle with everybody. It's too cramped.
The only time, the last night there, we opted for, you can make reservations at different restaurants so that, you have different dining experiences. And,
well, yeah, because they had Italian, French, Japanese. Seafood place.
Mm-hmm. And then just like a kind of all American.
Like a bistro type place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
the last night we did Japanese because we were just with Rhonda and Matt, my sister and her husband, the last night, and no one else in the family really eats that. I mean, I think Cameron and Ray would have done it, but they had to leave. They went back to LA, so it was just the four of us, and we did that, and we had an amazing chef, Rondo, and he was singing to us and giving us little tips, life lesson tips. And one of the things he said, and I always say this too, if you got to be happy first, man, you were happy in your heart first before you can be happy with other people. Or
before you can make somebody happy, because you can't make somebody happy who's not happy inside.
They have to be deep down happy inside, and they have to. Before they can love other people and be loved, right? You have to love. You have to love yourself. You got to love yourself, and you got to be happy.
Right.
If you go into a relationship and you're miserable and you think, oh well,
don't think you can fix them.
You can't fix people.
That's a mistake.
No,
don't think
I did that once. I thought I could fix somebody. No, in a relationship, and you can't. And it's you've got to be happy. And life is too short to hold on to things. But Ron John, he was like going through all of that. And I was like, yes, it's true. He was amazing. He was really cool. And he sung some songs to us. He was
the only one that sang in the whole place.
We were just so lucky to get him. And then that was the only time, because it was that Japanese style where they cook and do all this chop, chop. So there was one other couple there, and they had just gotten married. And they were on their honeymoon. It was like day 1 or 2 for them.
They were from Long Island, New
York, and
Rosie and
something. Anyway, so they were real sweet, and so that's the only time we had to sit with somebody that we did not know. Any other time, if we wanted just family, all we had to do was say table of 6, table of 8, or whatever was there. So, but the all you can eat and all you can drink, when you can just walk up, you taste a drink. My sister got a. What was that?
But
funky monkey, and she's like, "Ooh, this is too sweet." It was bad.
But even that you can get all you can eat, you really don't eat as much as you think you would. Because I didn't eat a lot.
Yeah, but we're not eat a lot people. Some people could have gone and got, so like when you go to the restaurant, you pick from the menu, you pick like they have.
But everybody has to order all at the same time.
Yeah, you pick like your appetizer, like you can order your dish, and then your dessert, and they order for the table.
Right.
And then they do give you the option if you don't want the house wine or the.
They have options off the menu.
Specialty bottles.
It costs you though. You pay extra.
Oh yeah. I mean, they allow you to do that, and of course, And the night that we celebrate Ray's birthday. My sister and I went to the special when we did the reservations. We ordered a cake. She bought the cake, and I bought her a bottle of Prosecco, and we celebrated that night her birthday. So that was fun. And they accommodated. Yeah, it was a rum cake. It had a hell of a lot of rum. We all couldn't really eat all. I mean,
it's like drinking a bottle of rum.
It really was.
I mean, it was good.
I mean, the cake was good.
It was strong.
I mean,
it was just strong. What is she took the cake with her, right? I think.
I don't think she did.
Left it.
Yeah, but we ate half of it, I think.
Yeah.
It was a big cake, bigger than we expected, but it was just all about the memory.
Much food.
All about the memory. It wasn't even about that. So
no, but it's just a lot of food.
We ate some good food, and we had some good times, and we took a boat cruise out to. We saw this big boat, and of course, Matt, wanted to walk right over and find out what it was all about. And
Richardo.
And Big Papa. Big Papa was like the captain, and Richardo was the first mate. And basically, you reserve the boat, and depending on if you want 2 people, you pay more. 4, 6,
it's just a set price for the whole boat.
And once you get to 8, it's the price whether you have 8 or whether you have 16.
Yeah, because it's a charter fee.
Yeah,
it's a flat charter fee.
Yeah,
and let you have up to a certain number of people, and then you just divide it by those certain number of people. So it always goes down the more people you have. But it's just a flat, just like a boat charter, fishing charter.
But at 8, it levels off. It doesn't matter if you add 12. You're still going to pay that one base rate once you get to 8, that number. But we were able to take that boat. We got a bird's eye view of the coastline. We got to go down to the caves, swim in the cave where they filmed the James Bond movie. You went in that one.
Yeah, and then I was the videographer after that.
And you really...
Huh? What? I did. I took pictures of you and
you
Ron.
Did, but
what? I went in the first cave. I didn't go in the James Bond
but
cave.
It was. Yeah. I mean, it was so cool because once you just jump in the water, the vlog is up on Cameron's channel, Cuff Boys. The last vlog he just put up, part of Jamaica's in there. I don't think it has a Jamaica title. It says something like, this guy got mad at me for turning around in my driveway or something like that. It's that vlog that he just put up. But he put the snippets of Jamaica in there. And
he had Richardo. He didn't get his face, though.
Yeah.
But
those guys were just...
They were cool.
So accommodating. We played I was like, let's play some Juice WRLD. And I asked Cameron, what song should I play? And they'd play anything. The one guy who was like the third person on the boat, we tell him we want a song, and he'd search it and play it on his iPhone through the speakers. And
he was quiet though.
He was.
He didn't say much.
But
he was our swimmer.
He was our
swimmer guy,
swim assistant, because they have to have somebody in the water kind of with you.
Well, they need to, because of the current.
That current, I ain't gonna.
Y'all were struggling coming back.
Well, when Matt and I went into that one cave, we're the only ones that did that.
That was the James Bond cave. wasn't it?
No, it was the second one, and
that's the James Bond cave was the second one. I didn't go in that one. That's the James Bond cave was the second cave.
I don't know, but
because the first one you could go through and on the other side.
I'm kicking my feet, and the salt in the water is keeps buoyancy, and that's keeping you just floating. So it wasn't like you were treading water to float.
No, you were flipping.
You were floating,
and you were flipping around.
And I was like trying to twirl to push the current and get
like
up.
A little dolphin in the water, flipping around, trying to. That's like you're struggling.
As Cameron says, I mean that shit was crazy.
Because he was done too. Because the first time when we got out the door, he looked at me. You okay? And I was like, oof, it's hard.
I mean, I was glad to do it. I wanted the experience. I wanted to have the full experience of it. And then when we got to Rick's Cafe, Rhonda and I jumped together at the 25 feet.
Yeah.
Jumped off the cliff. And
Matt did 35.
Matt did 35. And then he paid, this is on Cameron's vlog, he paid the Jamaican guy up there to crawl up the pole.
It's like it's like a telephone pole with a little platform that doesn't look any bigger than this, and you stand on it, and the wind was kicking, and it's 85 feet. It's insane.
He went up there, and then he did like a froggy leap. You can see it on the vlog on the channel.
It's insane.
Cuff Boys, but
absolutely crazy.
But I don't know how he did that. But we
climb
sailed
would kill
on
me.
Back. They had rum punch on there for us, and
I didn't have any of that. I just had the red stripe.
We had some rum punch, and then that water was a little rough coming back, and Matt's dancing and everything. He just fell flat on his behind and
didn't drop his drink though. Didn't drop his drink.
Continued to eat his burger
and hold on to his drink.
It was great. It was
lost his feet, but he didn't lose his food or his drink.
Fun.
Yeah. And then your dad, he took a little tumble, back into the seat because he was trying to get up and we hit a wave and it threw him back down to the seat.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't want to go at first. They were apprehensive and they were just nervous. And, we wanted them to go because we knew this probably would be their maybe
last out of the country trip.
Maybe their last out of the country trip.
That's a lot. That's a
so
lot.
You never know. So it's a lot to get there. It was a lot for them to travel.
It's a lot to understand.
Yeah, you're going through customs and things like that. So
because some of that stuff really wasn't explained very well when you're going through customs.
No,
it wasn't. And they were rushing people. And
when we first got to Jamaica, it was pretty hairy-carry.
It was hectic.
It was hectic. It was a lot.
Because Cameron and Ray ended up in one line. We ended up in the line.
Because once they came from Atlanta, we saw them in line and we were trying to wait for them. We ended up waiting for them almost like
because they told us to wait. They sent Rhonda and Matt along, and we were right behind Rhonda and Matt. Yeah. So it was just weird. It's like, well, how do we wait? They go.
I don't think they had a very good.
It's not. The system's kind of weird.
At any rate. All worth it, well worth it. We're glad that Mom and Dad went and they got the opportunity to see that and be there for Blair and Christina's wedding. It was amazing. And you don't hold it there. I was talking. You hold it here.
Oh.
You hold it there and pull it. I love things like this, especially handmade.
Good here. Get back.
Okay, one time.
Okay, boss lady.
Keep on. Yeah, see. No, but see, you're supposed to say it. Hey, boss lady.
Hey, boss lady. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Respect.
Yeah, when you say something back to them, they say respect.
Get a little fist pump.
Best time.
Elbow pump.
Yeah. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. Best time. Highly recommended.
Especially that one, the grill.
Sandals to Grill was amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the bus ride so much. I know it was a lot for my parents, but
it really wasn't.
15 minutes, but it was very. I mean, you got to see. You
got to see how poor parts of Jamaica was, which was kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're struggling.
It's an eye opener for anyone, but
if you go there, you will have no reason to complain about your life in the United States.
You shouldn't.
Unless you have a problem, because if you see how they live, and how they go day to day, and it's kind of bad.
You should feel really, very, 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 very fortunate.
You'd be blessed. Absolutely blessed. If you go there and don't understand that, then you have something wrong inside of you. Because
if we hadn't been in this if we weren't in the middle,
come on, boss lady.
If we weren't in the middle of getting ready to move at the end of this year, we'd probably book our next trip because they give you a nice discount if you book it there. But we have a lot of things coming up, and we don't know what our schedule is going to be. So, but we are definitely going back, right?
Yeah.
You promised. He promised me. So, I said, we going back? And you said, yes, we're definitely going back. I said, you promise? And you said, I promise. You never say that. And you said, I promise. You remember?
Me.
You said, I promise to me. In my eye. You looked at my eyes.
When we were here or when we were in Jamaica?
We were in Jamaica. And I said...
So we were under like moonlight, or we were cuddling, or were we standing there watching the sunset? What was the circumstances of me saying promise?
Are you going to try to get out of it?
No, dear. No. I'm trying to figure out the circumstances. If I was just...
We were just hanging on the beach
having
a drink.
I was enamored by your beauty and it caused me to say something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Was that it?
I don't know. You might have.
Yeah.
You told the person. I promise. Anyways, enough of Jamaica. It was amazing. The wedding was amazing. It was definitely...
it was very cool.
Very, very cool. But I wanted to also... I don't think we really talked about this last time. Like, why we're starting this podcast, like where it derived from.
Where did it derive from?
Well, it kind of came from the Cuff Boys, Cameron and I doing the videos on the Cuff Boy channel. So like if somebody happens upon this podcast that go, who are these two people talking? Well, where did we kind of come from? We kind of came from him and I doing that.
And then me in the background every now and then, either snoring or sleeping or walking through or laughing. And people would go, well, who's that?
Yeah. Who's that? So because, gosh, it's 2016. It's coming up on our anniversary for the Cuff Boys channel that Cameron and I, that reaction went viral.
Yeah, it was 16, wasn't it?
And so that's what, 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 and 6 is 2, carry the 1, 22.
Okay, whatever. I'm terrible at math. So it's been 6 years. The anniversary is coming up. Cameron and I should really do something fun for that. I always tell him each year. And he's like, wow. So we had a channel. And we still have the Cuff Boys channel. And he does vlogs on it. He's moved to LA. And we've just decided to start a podcast because...
I think I got a bug in my eye.
You want to go look at it?
I can't. I can't look at my own eye. It
I don't
keeps
see
watering. Okay.
There's no bugs flying around here, so I doubt that you have a bug in your eye. But
I could.
No.
You don't take me seriously. I could have a bug in my eye.
No, Wendell. There's no bugs in this house. There's got to be a bug in the house. Bug in the house. What's that song? Something in the house. Something in the house. Anyways, that's how people always said on the channel when Cameron edits videos, gosh, you cut your mother off. You didn't let her finish talking.
So like you do to me?
No, he edits me out.
Okay.
I'll look at the video and I'm like, what happened to the whole chunk where I was speaking? It's gone.
Well, you do talk a lot though.
No,
sweetie. Once you get started.
He will ask me to make a comment, and then I'll give it, and then sometimes he'll speed it up and go, and I'll
so like Charlie Brown when you hear wah, 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 wah.
So.
I do that sometimes.
Very often.
Don't I?
What?
I go wah, 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 wah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But
very often people will say, well, what was she going to say? So this is my space.
Your space. I thought it was our space.
Well, it's our space, but I mean, I'm talking directly to that comment. This is my space to be able to say what I want to say.
Oh, so that's how this derived. Because
this is how it derived.
Space
and
so
then
you wouldn't get cut off.
I feel like, people say to us often when we meet people, they're like, you guys should have a podcast. And
that's because we're silly acting.
But yeah, I mean,
they don't know how silly we are.
Yeah.
Until they hang around us. Doesn't take long. But this is just how we are.
Yeah.
All the silliness between you and Cameron and me off camera somewhere. I mean, that's just normal. That's just how we are.
Yeah, there's no
pretending or playing or anything like that. We just
people have said, oh, it's a staged reaction before with my reactions, or if I end up crying over something, that is never staged.
She cries over paint drying. She will see.
What?
You cry over everything.
Only if I get emotional.
But you get emotional.
Not over paint drying.
You get emotional over the littlest things.
Well, so that means I have a heart.
We all have a heart, but
Empathy.
we don't all sit down and cry over every little thing.
You act like I cry all day long. Cry all day long.
Oh,
Cry.
Not all day.
Every day?
No, Not every day.
Jeez.
I didn't say every
Not
day.
even every other day.
I didn't say every day. I didn't put a time on it or amount of time. I'm just saying that you see a lot of things, whether it's a movie or whether it's something touching, in the news, at the end of the news, or whatever it happens to be.
It reaches out and
it grabs you.
Yeah.
And
that happens.
You start crying.
I've even cried watching American Idol. Well,
that's because of some of the stories. How they got there and the life they had, and that'll tear at your heart. That's different.
I mean, I like to see people succeed, and I like to see the good in people. And to my fault that you explained to me, I tend to give people.
It's not a fault. It's how you are. It's how Cameron is. It's how your sister is, and Matt. It's just that you treat people a certain way, and you have this big caring heart, and people I mentioned do. And so when you look at people and you interact with them, you think that they're the same. And unfortunately, some of them aren't. And that's what I said. It's not a fault. It's a good way to be. You just have to be careful because people will take advantage of you.
When I've run into conflict with people, it really feels bad for me because I've never not gotten along with people. I've always...
And see, that's the funny part because you always think it's you. It's like, well, I don't understand, why they're upset with me. Well, I don't understand what I did. And it's like, you didn't do anything. It's them. It's the way they perceive, it's the way they look at things. And then just like if I always said, if you bump into people who are conniving and mischievous and do all these things, that's the way they think the people that they're in contact with are, because that's their mindset.
Yeah, you always told the kids that.
Yeah.
And if you run into people who, are always accusing or judgy or whatever, it's because that's how they are and they expect other people to be the same.
Right.
I remember you going over that with the boys growing
and Leah,
up.
Because of the boyfriends that she would have when they would try to flip her, twist her.
Twist the story and make her feel like it was all on her or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's true. It's just people's perception, of what they might do or what they might say is way different
than the way you handle things. And so, but you expect people, it's like you treat people the way you want to be treated. But if
you should.
Yeah. But and that goes back to what we just said. If I'm a sneaky person, then I'm going to treat that person that I'm dealing with like they're a sneaky person. Because that's the type of person I am. But if I have an open heart... This is a good
life lesson I know a lot of the audience that we have right now is all coming from the Cuff Boys channel, which are mostly younger people.
Right.
So, I mean, that was one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we share on this podcast.
Well, they need to know that too, because...
Learning how to deal with people in life and understanding that, especially with the communication today, text messaging and things like that, we're used to just having a conversation or sitting face to face or talking on the phone. This whole communication with text is just it's misconstrued so many times. It's just not
because the way you type something and the way I perceive it may be different.
That's right.
But if I'm talking to you,
I just wish younger people would call each other more and have more verbal conversations or communicate, and it will help you in your careers too, because when you learn good communication skills, then you can, get better jobs and people can see that. Yeah, better paying jobs. They can see that you can communicate in person. You're not afraid to approach or have a conversation.
No, because most of the better paying jobs, you're interacting with people.
You have to.
And you're writing stuff in sentences.
You need to know how to write and speak.
And so you have to know you have to have these skills. Because if you don't, then they just put you in these lower skilled jobs where
now, I will say this. Not everybody is able to have that. So there are people who are not speak and be in like a customer service or sales role like I've always been in. It's not comfortable for them. But still learn to
it's not comfortable for me.
You don't really like that.
No, because I can do it, but it's not my nature. Like you always tell people when I'm around it, well, he's talking, joking, laughing, and then we get in the car, it's like quiet. 1 hour of quiet.
Well, just like, in Jamaica, you're not, you will talk to people, but you're not going to get up and go.
No.
I will get up.
But it's nothing against the people.
No.
It's just that's my personality.
Yeah,
now, if they come to me and talk,
Yeah.
You know, I'm blah 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 blah. But
you're not a
I'm
go
not
out and mingle.
yeah, I'm not
That's
like
not you. Yeah.
You'll go around to every person.
Well, like, yeah,
and
I mean,
talk to them.
Well, not every time, but I don't have
yes,
any.
You do. Yes, you do. Because
you talked to way more people in Jamaica than I did.
Because they were people who came up to me, and we got to be joking and going back and forth, like Big Poppy. When Big Poppy came up to me.
Poppy or Papa? I thought it was Big Papa.
Papa, yeah, Papa. He came up to Matt, and then he came to me, and at the very end, when I went out to meet him again at the end, we hugged up and told each other we love. I mean, because you can tell he's a genuine guy. But for me, just to walk up and do that, I don't do that. That's just not in my personality, my DNA.
No. I mean, I've been forced to do it because I've had to go.
Well, you've been in sales all your life.
Yeah. I mean,
so you naturally have that personality. I have it. I don't naturally have it because you see me in a business setting and I have to do it. But I don't naturally have that ability to just walk up to somebody and just, start speaking. Like over here at the range. All these people now that are, I consider friends of mine, they actually approach me first.
Yeah.
And say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And blah, blah. And the next thing you know, we're back and forth.
Yeah.
And so, but you, on the other hand, you're more like my dad. My dad will go and my mom used to say, make somebody talk. Because he's a friendly type guy like that. He likes getting to know people.
You're friendly too.
I am, but I'm just
you don't go approach people yet.
Right. I don't step out like that. And it's not a fault on either one of us. It's just that's just how we are.
What I was saying was for young people, just communicate with people and just, have conversations and
if you want them to understand exactly what you mean and where you're coming from.
That's right.
Because the only way to know that is to actually speak to them. Because you can't tell that from a text. You can't tell that from any other mean other than, hey, let's have a conversation.
No, you can't.
Because your mindset when you're reading something might be different than the mindset of somebody who sent you
I like talking to people over texting. I hate texting. Like I don't. It's just not. I just don't like.
Well, you get on camera about that. Call me.
Yeah, I would just text me, and I'm like, Cameron, just call me. Pick up the phone, call me, because I don't want to sit here back and forth.
Mom, what?
Well, sometimes he'll say, just answer my question. I'm like, oh. I just don't like to.
But that's their world. But it's hard. It's hard.
It's not the best means of communication. I just think people should talk more.
And it's not a real good way to keep a lifelong friend, because eventually it's going to come a point where you put something down that somebody's going to take the wrong way. If you're having some type of discussion or disagreement, which everybody has, and that puts an end to it, because it's like, well, you text me this and now I'm going to text, and then you should never.
I don't say hate very often, but man, I don't like that word. I just.
But you should never ever do something like that if you're angry. You shouldn't make any decision when you're angry.
That's what you always told the kids too.
Because every time you do that, it's wrong.
Never make a decision
when you're angry. If it takes you 10 minutes to calm down, or it takes you a day to calm down, then that's what you need to do.
Or a week.
Yeah. But
just don't make decisions
when you're angry, because they always turn out to be wrong. Always turn out to be wrong. And I don't care who you are.
Yeah, I remember that. That's another thing that you always told the kids. Just don't do that.
Because you can't take certain things back.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not. Once it's out there in the open and you say it to somebody, you can't take it back. It's always in the back of some. They may forgive you, they may forget it, or they may do both. But it's always in the back of their head. This is what you said.
Yeah, once you say something, you kind of can't take it back.
No, so walk away and sit down.
Especially these kids when they go out and party and get drunk. I mean, shoot, Lord have mercy. It's like, whoa, you say, or not even kids, adults. I mean,
it's adults.
You get drunk and you start spewing some nasty stuff. Ooh, boy, that's bad. Because then you're like, are they really saying what they really feel?
Yeah, because you don't know.
Yeesh.
You don't really know, and so you have to be careful.
Just be kind to one another, people.
And it's not difficult to do.
No.
It really isn't difficult to do.
I mean, being upset and angry takes so much energy.
And then they control you.
Out of you.
They control you.
Yeah, once you let somebody get the best of you, then you're in
your life
by someone else's salty feelings, and it brings you down. So you have to kind of keep on going through life and enjoy yourself.
And they go on about their daily life, and you're still pissed or angry or upset about something that was said, and they've moved on to something else.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to that.
But you look at social media now and you see these kids that, they want to be this and they want to be that. And then they're jealous of somebody else like Cameron gets so much hometown hate. Yeah. Just because, and Johnny, because in Landon, because they've become successful and they're just 3 guys from Southern Maryland. And it's like people hate on them. What? Why? And then we remember the one kid that went to McDonough, or he got shot. He was a rapper.
You want to play ball?
He went to North Point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was a rapper. Was he called Skinny something? I don't remember. But the boy, Jaron Jordan, knew him. And somebody just shot him out of sheer jealousy.
Yep.
And it's just not the way to be. I mean, live your own life. Be independently happy inside your own self.
Some people aren't just happy.
And I know, too, there are circumstances that make people unhappy. The circumstances that they're living in, like, a less fortunate situation or an abusive situation. And I've been there. And I know it's hard, but you've got to try to work yourself out of it and stay positive.
You can be what you want to be because you have control over you. You only... There's very few things in life you have control over, and
your own actions,
and you have control over your actions. No matter what somebody or something or environment throws at you, you have control over how you deal with it.
Well, that's when somebody says, "Oh, well, you were abused or whatever, or maybe she deserved it," or things like that. When somebody is in that situation, the person who is acting and being abusive, they have control over their own actions.
Did he do? Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It's not, they got in an argument with somebody, but then you see, recently some of these cases of abuse and stuff that have been with, public figures and people that people know, football players and stuff, them abusing their spouse or whatever, and it went public, right?
Right.
So it doesn't mean that maybe that person was yelling, they were having a heated argument between the two.
Walk away.
Walk away from it.
Walk away.
Don't smack her.
You have
Don't
legs.
drag her out of the elevator. Yeah. Just walk away from the situation.
I mean, I'm 6'4", 195 pounds. Why?
Are you 195?
195, 197. Somewhere around.
7'5".
I fluctuate.
All right. Well, anyway.
But you always have the ability to leave.
How many times have you had to walk away as an adult male, dating or married or whatever, to situations?
A lot.
That's right.
And I'm walking away from somebody speaking about my mom, which normally, you really want to go after somebody, but walk away because there's nothing good going to happen.
No,
it's only going to turn out bad, and then that person
wins
for whatever
because if you raise a hand or
you're in trouble.
Then you get in trouble.
No, I have left my own house. Okay. To get away from somebody that who
was taunting you, basically. And women can do that. I mean, women can taunt. I used to work with a girl, and she purposely taunted. I'm not going to say any names. She purposely taunted her soon-to-be ex-husband to get him to raise her hand to her, and shame on her for doing that. Yeah. So there are some evil men and women both ways, but and it ended up going against him, and it hurt the situation. So there is just...
And then there are men that aren't like me. There are men that wouldn't walk away. That would have taken that as, okay, you crossed the line, now I have to do something. But then I look at it, then they win. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to let anybody control me, whether it's work related or whether it's personally related. I'm not going to do that, because then I've defeated everything that I've tried to do in my life by letting you get me out. Now I'll get angry.
Yeah.
And then I'll sit down somewhere and think about it and let it go away, and then I'll deal with it at that time. But I'm not going to react right then in that moment, because it's going to be the wrong thing, or say something. I just walk away.
Yeah.
Because anytime I can leave my own house,
yeah,
that to get away from a situation.
Well, plus, if I've been in that situation. If you leave your own house because you don't want your kids to be involved in it, you walk. You get out of it. Because,
I wasn't married then. That was just somebody I was going out with that I thought was sane, but was not.
Ooh, when you get hunted down by a tennis racket and she want to beat your ass, I don't think that's sane. Violence is no good, people.
Yeah,
all right, let's talk about something lighter because it gets kind of deep.
Deep.
That was deep, but we're going to try to give you some life lessons, some good pointers on just what we feel it always works.
Well, it doesn't always work.
No,
but it's ways to handle things differently
without conflict.
Right,
differently. Avoid conflict.
Right, because conflict doesn't help anybody. No. So it's not. And then it's life lessons, not because we're supposedly smarter than everybody else. It's just that we've been here, and whether we've gone through it or friends and family that we know have gone through it, and you see what happens in the aftermath.
Well, that is exactly why I wanted this to be cup half full, because I have been through a lot of crap, and
you have.
Things have been rough for me. And maybe not, rough to some other people's, but I was married once to a very abusive person. And by the time I got divorced, I was like 104 pounds. And
you were like 130 now?
Are we getting divorced again? What? But I mean, he really drove me into the ground. I mean, the mental abuse. There was some physical abuse, but the mental abuse and hiding his alcoholism and getting, the more he drank, the worse he got. I mean, it was some rough, hard 7 years.
I thought you were getting away from that type of stuff. You said we were talking about something lighter.
You went back into it. Anyway, we're getting out of it. It happened, but always look at the bright side, people. So yeah, but we came back to freezing weather when we got back. God. It was 20.
We had to change in the airport.
We had to change clothes.
It was 20 degrees when we got here. Yeah. 20 degrees.
We changed we actually changed we changed in Jamaica.
No, we changed in Charlotte.
No, because we were already changed when Rhonda and Matt went off their way. We were already changed. We had already dug in the suitcase. We were sitting in Jamaica. Rhonda and I went and got a Red Stripe beer. And then
we did. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We did.
So we changed in Jamaica, preparing because we saw the weather.
Preparing for Charlotte. Yeah, that's right. We did.
And then when we
got in Charlotte late.
We got here Wednesday night to the Richmond airport at like
11:20.
11:20 something. Got home
p.m.
12 something. And took a quick shower and got in the bed. And then I got up for work Thursday.
I was like.
He was in bed till 10 o'clock in the freaking morning. I'm down here working. And luckily, I work from home. I'm blessed. I'm not complaining about that. But damn. I was like, when's this motherfucker going to wake up? Like, you really... I'm a little salty about this.
When I got up, hey, what?
Hey, what? Hey. I was like, damn.
That's why.
Sleep. And then the next day.
But then... you got breakfast.
But then...
I made you breakfast.
That was the second day, right?
Yeah. I brought it in while you were working.
Yeah, he brought me breakfast straight. I work on that side. This is the YouTube side here for Cameron and I to do the videos and this podcast. And that's that side.
Yeah, that side.
My desk is over there in front of the window.
That's right, because we're backwards.
Yeah, they're going to look and go, what the frick are we talking about?
Yeah, so it'd be that side because it'll be backwards. Instead of that side. Because actually where we're sitting.
Don't get me to line.
Actually where we're sitting, it's to our left.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. But because of the way it's showing up there, it's to our right.
Oh, that's too confusing. We stayed up too late last night.
No, we didn't. You took naps.
I did take naps. You kept telling me, take your nap.
Well, because when you
do that.
When you're sleepy, you're sleepy.
I get sleepy watching movies, and then I made us a scotch and ginger, and we had that. And
ginger beer,
and it was yummy, but it
knocked you out.
Put me nighty night.
Yeah. But no, I mean,
it was worth it though, getting in the cold and coming back.
Because nobody's on the plane. Plane was half full.
That was the best time to travel. Late, take the late flight, get in late.
That's why I said that. No traffic in the airport. No traffic. Well, there's no traffic to this airport anyhow, going there or coming because of where we live. But there's no traffic in the airport. There's no traffic in Charlotte.
Yeah.
You know, we had basically almost the whole airport to ourselves. So, you know, nobody, having to rush here and rush there. Yeah, I'd rather travel like that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I picked that late flight because the other option to connect to Richmond was like leaving at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And we would have had
in the morning.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. No.
So I would have.
No, because it worked out because we got to spend what? We didn't leave until 1. Yeah, we didn't leave Jamaica until 1.
And some more beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to walk around, hang out and stuff. So it was good. But just coming back to 20-degree weather when you've been around.
But my Honda started right up. Good old faithful 128,000 miles on her. 28,000
That
Accord
miles.
cranked right up, brother.
Yeah. Heated up quick too.
And yeah, she heated up quick.
Good car.
Carried the luggage.
If you want a good car, get a Honda Accord or Civic. Lasts you forever.
Wait, he's going to have his own. He's got his own YouTube channel. He hasn't posted his first video, but it's Wendell's Wisdom, and he has been in the automotive field for 30. Don't go too long. They're going to figure out your age.
A lot of years.
30 years.
A lot of years.
Around 30 years.
A lot of years.
And so he's got a lot of knowledge on
my whole career.
To handle your whole career, how to handle accidents, what to do if you're in an accident, how to get your car fixed, where to go, what not to do, how to file a claim.
It's a lot of stuff.
So he's going to fill up that not podcast. It's a channel.
Yeah.
He's going to.
But that'd be one subject matter.
Yeah, he's going to have that subject matter, and then he's going to talk more about his individual
crazies
life experiences on that channel. This is just for us to kind of talk about it, but people, but not knowing us and coming to the channel again, it's just kind of like,
well, they know you.
They know me, but it's been a younger fan base. I'm just saying people who come to it and aren't. Cameron can probably put the Cuff Boys channel up there, YouTube channel up there, because then they could kind of see how this happened. And it's weird. It was weird because like I didn't really realize the depth of it until Cameron and I.
The number of
people knowing us.
Oh, that was funny.
I mean, when Cameron took me to the first rap festival, I came to him and I had an idea to start interviewing rappers, moms, and dads.
But y'all didn't end up doing that.
We didn't. He goes, no, Mom, I don't think that's going to be it. But you could interview rappers because, some old white lady or whatever he said about me.
That's
I was like, thanks, Cameron.
That's
because that people find that interesting.
That's what
because
he said.
First, it's different. No one was doing it. And then we just added it as a sequel to the channel of just a whole nother segment of stuff that we did. So
they started doing it after you guys started doing it, though, people.
Yeah, there were definitely
some copycats.
Yeah, but and a lot of mom reactions and stuff popped off. But we did it and it's been fun. And I remember going to these festivals and like literally Cameron's telling me, Mom, you're going to have to walk fast. You're going to have to keep going. And I didn't understand it. And what happened was people were like, Cuff Boys, MOMMACUF. And they were screaming. And I'm like, oh my God.
It was funny.
And then when you came to the one, they're like, oh my God. And you're trying to like keep me going because people are trying to come up to you. And we didn't want to.
Because like I said, you're a people person.
Yeah.
So where Cameron is a people person, but he's shy.
Yeah.
And people don't know he's shy. Because when he's on his podcast and doing all these other things, they think he's not shy. But he is very shy. And so he would kind of like sneak away because we did have things to do. And that's why I had to rein you in because, so to speak, because we had to go set up for like with Juice WRLD. At with Juice WRLD and Ski, we're at the one in DC.
Yeah, there were people wanting to, and we want to do that, and we want to take pictures, and we want to say hello. But I had no idea.
It's all time though, and see that's the thing. If we don't get to a door at a certain time, we don't get in, and that's a problem. Or we miss an artist because he or she is.
Everything's so quick.
Yeah, once they get off stage,
so
they're all beat down and whatnot, tired because all the energy. They need a pot and rest, and then they need time before they go on stage. So it's like it's a real small time frame that you and Cameron, can get the interview.
You didn't get to go to Summer Smash in Chicago.
That's because I was feeling
You didn't
poorly.
Want to do.
Oh, that's not the one on my back.
That was this past August when there was COVID, and you're just like, I'm just not ready. Well, we went, and I went.
You and Cameron. That's
Cameron went. And they all did end up getting COVID. I didn't because I had my boost. I had my COVID, 2 of my COVID shots. So I was good. I didn't get it, but they did. But I guess to the point, what I was trying to say is when I first realized that people worldwide knew us, and I would get direct messages from India and Russia and
But not
people
so
all
much
over the
worldwide. In
world.
our neighborhood.
Oh yeah, that was crazy too.
Yeah.
I ended up finding out that
Yeah.
there were some parents that, and I was like, how do people know about this? And it
Yeah.
was like, like I've never publicized it, you know, to on Facebook to Facebook people like, hey, I have this, you know,
See,
Cameron and I have 2 million followers or whatever.
Yeah.
Never, but people
'Cause
started.
They started knowing you. Because see, my little notoriety is in the county because I've coached forever. I had coached
Right.
forever. So, because, you know, Jared and Joe would always say, well, we can't go anywhere without somebody knowing you.
And you would get stopped.
Yeah, I'd get stopped and
constantly.
talked and constantly. And then I'd have to try to remember, okay, do I know you from basketball? Do I know you from football? And this and that. And then some of the kids are like adults, you know,
Yes.
that I coached because I'd been doing it so long. But then when we would go places, like, and you could see them, they would kind of look at you. And then they if they were with somebody, they talk to them, and it's like they're trying to build up this courage
Yeah,
to come speak to her. And it was just funny
Yeah.
because they don't know you. They
Yeah.
don't know that you're the most open person they'll ever meet in life. That all you got to do is come up there and you would take a picture and you would talk to them and just
Yeah.
smile and it's but it was just interesting to see how they try to approach you. Because and even in the restaurant, when you took me out for my birthday,
Yeah,
the waiter and one of the busboys
yeah.
would go back and forth,
Back and forth,
and
back
they
and
would look
forth.
at us, and then they go back and forth, and then you could see them over in the corner
That
somewhere.
was like 3 years ago. I
Yeah,
think.
chatting, and then finally our waitress said, "Well, you know."
They said that
Yeah.
you guys or she's on this channel with her son, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, that's me. All right.
yeah, that's me.
All right.
But,
But you never put it
it's
out
just
there.
so weird. I just
Yeah.
can't imagine how celebrities actually, because I don't consider us like I have a normal life, you know. This is
we do.
This is everyday life, and it's freaky sometimes because people recognize you, or even like the rappers we're watching. You know, Post Malone knew who Cameron and I were in LA.
Yeah, when we're in
at
LA,
Rolling Loud.
and he
He's
goes,
like,
Mama Cuff, and comes over there running.
because Cameron said, "Oh yeah, my mom's over there."
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just wild, and I just like it how.
And then our friends that are adults, you know, like one of the kids coach, you know, that we
Oh yeah,
coach.
yeah. They were like,
yeah,
oh, wow, I didn't know you guys did that.
Well, he says I subscribe to your channel. Yeah, you
like,
know, and
oh,
we're
shit.
thinking that it's just, you know, a younger base.
You just don't realize
how many people, you know, actually see you out there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just funny, you know. Or when I was coaching, they would come to me and like, Coach, can you get Miss Tammy to do this, or can you have Miss Tammy? Can we take a picture with Miss Tammy? I'm like, well, she's right there. She's at the score table. just go ask her. She'll do it.
Yeah.
So it's just funny.
I was just looking at how much time we were on because Cameron always tells me, you know, we're fairly new at this. We don't know how long we've been talking. So,
how long have we been talking?
52 minutes.
But that's the weird and funny part.
I mean, it's
funny
just
part about it.
I don't know who would ever thought. I mean, oh my gosh, you know. But it's been, you know, I'm really proud of Cameron for doing what he's done and developing that, and then you know,
Kai's were raised.
Johnny kind of
that's a credit to you.
Started.
You raised a good kid.
Well, thank you.
You know.
But starting Ransom back when they were kids, and then, you know,
because the one thing everybody always says when they meet us is how we support Cameron.
Yeah, I mean, I get messages all the time.
That's the first thing that whether it's an artist or a fan says, how much we support him.
No, I mean, you know, we've worked many years, and I'm not claiming to be brilliant. All I'm claiming is I've done a lot. I mean, I'm glad that I'm not in that you know, sales that I just came from, and what I'm doing now. I don't have to go beat the streets and sell like that, because there is a fair amount of pressure when you're working on salary plus commission. And when I was doing that and trying to raise the boys and, you know, juggle paying for things for them, because my commission was always topsy-turvy, you know. But I did do it. But I'm just, the point is I want all our kids, all 6 of them, there's 6. I had 3, you had 3, so we have 6, all 6 of them to love what they do. And
well, that's kind of hard though.
Well, I know.
Because most people who have a career don't don't love what
I know, and we haven't really loved what we've done.
I did in the beginning.
I'm not
gonna lie. I did in the beginning.
Yeah.
What I love now are the people in my group.
Yeah.
Because they're like well, you always tell them.
I mean, I really like the company I'm with now, and they're so sweet, and everybody's been wonderful. It has been a phenomenal experience since I've been hired.
Yeah. But you just want them to be successful. That's all.
You do.
And you help them
Yep.
any way you can to, within reason.
There's always bumps in the road, but
to be successful. But it's hard to explain to somebody money versus happiness until you get in that situation where you're forced with that. Like who we have a conversation with. I think it was in Jamaica about the amount of money I could have made earlier.
Matt, you were talking to Matt about it.
Yeah, because he felt bad because, of no fault of his, because he has a job that he travels a lot.
Yeah.
And with me, I was getting kids up in the morning, taking them to the bus stop, getting them off the bus, doing their homework, cooking dinner, laying down with them, all that stuff, coaching them, and
running them around everywhere.
Right. So
you did everything.
Yeah, but I forgave, something.
I passed up the opportunity.
It's another word. Yeah.
I know, but just do it. Say, I passed up the many opportunities.
I passed up many opportunities.
There you go.
To make crazy money because I wouldn't be around my kids.
That's right.
And so it's a choice that I made personally because my mindset was, well, I have these children. I should spend time with them because that's what my mom did.
Yeah.
My dad worked all the time, but when he was home, he made sure Friday evening to Sunday, he spent time with my brother.
Well, why have kids if you're not going to spend?
Well,
it's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, we got off on it. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
You and that's why I brought that up. Is that you do what you can for them because you want them to be successful.
Here.
Yeah, you want them to try to be as successful as they can be.
Yeah, and you don't want to see them have a bad time.
No, just like you did. Running kids here and there, one to this baseball field, one to that baseball field. It was
a lot going on when I was running those kids by myself.
To the point that when we got to the point that they were out of that, you sit back and like, I should be doing something.
Yeah, you feel weird that you're not constantly running kids around.
How come it's 5:00 and I'm not in the gym? Or how come I'm not picking up somebody from a practice or going to a game? Or, I feel like it was strange for us.
We're good now.
Oh, love it now.
I mean,
love it now.
The only thing that's hard now is we're far away from our 2 grandchildren. So
not just the grandchildren. We're far away from our kids.
Well, our kids too, but I mean, it's hard because even now we're 2 hours from the kids, 3 of the kids, and then Austin's in Georgia, Cameron's in LA, Blair's way in Westminster with one of the grandbabies, and that's 4 hours.
Right. And then they work, and they have their lives, and they have their friends.
And I'm working.
Yeah, and so it's hard to get time.
You miss all of that,
because you add distance on top of the fact that they're now in a phase of their life where they're working like we are.
They get their own family, and so
it's hard. You have to kind of, but that's another reason that in the beginning you should spend as much time as you can with them because you may in the middle of it you don't think it's going fast.
Right.
But once it's over, it's like, damn.
Cameron put a Twitter post up. And this will be the last thing that we talk about because we've been an hour, but let me see if he still got it up.
What's it about?
It's about childhood.
Oh.
He said, life was more fun as a kid. 0 responsibilities, oblivious to everything. So.
But remember Leah? I think when the last time she was here, she said, I used to tell my daughter, I go, don't be in such a hurry to grow up. I said, because once you grow up, once you step across that line, you can't come back.
But my response to him was, that means you had a great childhood. Some kids don't. Look at the bright side, many great years ahead. And what I meant is you have fond memories. If you were oblivious to money and problems and issues to some degree, you had a good time as a child. That means you had a good time.
Yep.
So, I mean, for that, I feel...
and it wasn't a lot of money in your house at that time.
No, I was doing a lot of... I mean, I had child support, but
and you had
not much.
Sometimes 2-3 jobs.
I did.
It was hard, but you did it. But that right there shows you
that
it paid off.
Yeah, it did pay
for
off.
him to say that.
Actually, I hope he never deletes that tweet because that really is kind of special because it makes me feel good.
Normally that's when you tear up. See, you're doing that.
No, I know.
That's normally when you tear up.
Stop it. All right. Goodness gracious.
There's nothing wrong with that.
As soon as you said that.
Because I knew it was coming.
Holy
I knew
crap.
it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Well, I think it's been an hour, so let's wrap up.
Okay.
Until next time. Oh boy, your hands are so cold.
I know. I don't know why.
Wow.
They are freezing.
Why?
I don't know.
Get on that sweatshirt.
I know. I don't know why they're cold.
Look at me. Here I am at the end of this thing. Good Jesus flip. All right, people. Peace. Love. What did I say on the vlog? I said peace, love, and ganja. I don't know what the hell was coming through my head. We had no ganja. But anyways.
We were tempted. They kept coming at us.
I wasn't tempted.
No, not that we were going to do it.
Oh.
But I mean, they were tempting
Oh, they
us.
were trying to tempt
they
you.
were they were like,
man, I got a brownie for you, Mom. Yeah. And I was like, oh, no, brother. No, thank you.
No.
But anyways, thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe button, all that cringy stuff that I would say, because the only way we're going to get this podcast going is if people watch it and we get some watch hours in, and then we can, keep it going. But if there's something you want us to talk about, just comment down below and we'll chat about it.
Yeah, we'll chat about it.
All right, guys.
As best we can.
Yeah. So thanks for everything.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Deros.